And we are live on Washington Live. Welcome, everyone, to this Wednesday show. We'll call it a weird Wednesday. We have fun topics to cover. We're powered by KCTC. I'm your host, Jaron Rosien. Our producer is Nick Steffens. Our publisher is Matt Bryant. And we're part of the Southeast Iowa Union. Hey, Nick.
Hello.
You look different today.
I do. I shaved my mustache again after I grew it back, and I don't know if I just wasn't used to it again, and it just felt wrong having it there. And it was like a stimulus thing, so I just shaved it.
Well, it's like the opposite. I've let mine go a little bit after having that show off and then being a little bit lazy. So this is all I can do is this little goatee here. But yeah, a little bit of a casual day. We're both coincidentally wearing blue.
Yeah, we keep accidentally coordinating throughout.
I wore workout stuff because it's kind of a workout day where I got my butt kicked by simple medicine balls. I hadn't told you this yet, but I made the mistake of mocking it at the beginning because we were bouncing around and I felt like we were in daycare. And then it got really hard and I felt like a toddler, like when you've seen me and I get warm, I had a complete near meltdown because I could not do some of the tasks perfectly, that these crunch things and these kick things and you have to balance, and I was mad. I was frustrated. This is not actually what I wanted to talk about. My bad. Okay, so back to focusing. We have fun things to talk about today. It includes fat bears, football, broken arms in Russia, and again a little bit of space stuff with the satellite and the comet,
asteroid.
The asteroid the celestial body that we thumped.
We'll sound more intelligent than we are and say celestial body. And
so those are some fun things that we're going to chat about after we do our regular business. On the note of regular business, if you have a birthday shout out, stick it in the chat, send an email to washialive@gmail.com. You can also just email, you're checking the email, right?
I do check the email every morning, don't worry.
Because I'm referring to it. If you have something to email us, it doesn't have to just be a birthday shout out. It can be a guest idea. It can be an anniversary or a local event or something that you'd like to see us discuss. If that exists, you're welcome to suggest it. If you haven't liked and followed, please do that so you can be notified when we go live and join us then or later. Let's hop into the stuff. Still cloudy today. Not very nice out.
Is it still raining, or?
It was just spitting a little bit.
Yeah, it was not a fun drive in.
But I'm glad I did not wash my vehicle. I almost did 2 days ago, and then it's been rainy the last 2 days. So lucked out there. We have local events. Today is Wednesday. If you watch today, you'll notice tonight when the sirens and the fire trucks drive around town, that is for Fire Prevention Week, and that's Operation Edith. And that is about knowing a safe exit outside to get out of your house. You're supposed to practice what your safe exit is and turn on your porch light. And the firefighters driving around in the trucks will count and tally the households that have done the activity of practicing their safe exit drill of their home. Shocktoberfest is tomorrow, Thursday, the 13th. That also includes an optional ticket with the hospital's VI Pink breast event of the year. That includes hors d'oeuvres and a couple drink tickets, as well as the full Shocktoberfest experience.
And a swag bag.
And a swag bag, good memory. And then finally, if you noticed right as we speak, you're watching live, a few airplanes have been flying around. That's for Leadership Washington, which I also hadn't told you about yet.
Yeah.
It's an annual thing with the chamber. It's a group of about 25 to 30 students that are adult professionals, community leaders, new transplants to Washington from all ages and occupations. It's once a month, and every month has a different category of learning: agriculture, county history. Today is business, industry, and finance day. So there's just a little variety of everything. Includes a tour of Washington on a tour bus. It includes the airplane flights. It includes a financial panel. I'm getting off track again, but
I'd be fine with just the tour bus. I don't need to go up in a plane. I've never flown before in my life.
Ever on a plane ever?
Nothing. I've never gone off the ground.
The big planes are different than the little planes.
Yeah, I feel like I'd probably be better off on a bigger plane. But.
Yeah, it's more like a tour bus.
Yeah.
I
can close the window and not be scared.
I kind of like the tummy feel. Oh yeah, I don't need to scare you, but a little turbulence, goes a long way.
I'll probably pop a Benadryl and just go to sleep if I ever get on a plane.
Will you go on a plane someday?
I feel like
Is there a reason?
I feel like I would have to at some point if I want to travel. I'm going to have to get on a plane. And I don't think there's ferries across the Atlantic anymore.
Well, there are cruise ships. You can take a cruise ship. A boat,
yeah,
but it would be a long trip.
That'd be a long trip, and I don't know how good. I'd probably throw up.
Well, in the Southeast Iowa Union, it'd be like a month-long vacation.
Yeah.
Because you'd have to get back. Let's dive into the police report. We'll go to break, and then we will cover some of our fun topics, which I'm looking forward to the Fat Bear conversation, personally.
Because there's some scandal.
Yeah, there was a little scandal. Since we last spoke, 66 calls for service, 14 traffic, 6 arrest, 5 alarm, 4 harassment, 4 fire, 4 welfare, 4 theft, and we are at 3 with the animals. So lower animal activity, traffic is where it usually is. 3s, 2s, and 1s down the rest of the list. A few highlights. What do you have for me? Oh, great. West Washington, caller reports a male subject in the bathroom, not fully clothed. Caller had called back with the identity of the subject, and officers located the male on the square. He was trespassed for the rest of the day. Not exactly what you like to see in the bathroom. There's stalls. 14th and E, caller reports a horse and buggy was on the loose without a driver, but someone was able to get it stopped along the roadway. 9215 responded to the area, was unable to locate any horse and buggy. Have you been to Kelowna yet and seen the horse and buggies?
I think I had a baseball tournament up there when I was like 13, I believe, because I went to like the store in like one of the Amish stores, and I was in like a full baseball uniform and got a lot of weird stares. That's all I remember, and being stuck behind a horse and buggy.
Well, it sounds like the stairs could have been going both directions. If you're in the, and they're in the.
We were just all unfamiliar with what was going on.
Nice. So not completely unfamiliar now, though.
Yeah.
518 South Iowa, caller reports a male pacing back and forth, screaming at nobody. Officers responded and subject moved on. I understand things can be upsetting.
Yeah.
Say you're at the gym and you're using these medicine balls,
and you don't know what you're doing, and then
I was screaming at everybody, though. No, that's not true. I did not scream. I just had a little internal tantrum. Caller reports she can hear someone walking through her house. They were also messing around with stuff in her kitchen. Did not see the person, just heard them. 112, 9213, 9215, and 9220 responded. 9220 advised. Report filed for documentation. Did not locate anyone inside upon arrival.
Ghosts.
That is some creepy stuff.
Yeah, I think it's ghosts.
It is the season.
Yes, exactly.
Over the way, caller reports he cannot get his 16-year-old to go to school. Requests an officer respond. 111 responded. The child did go to school. Thanks to our men and women in blue for providing the family counseling.
Yes.
313 South 4th, caller reports a student has walked away from the school at approximately 10:45 to 11. 104 responded. The child was located at home, and arrangements were made to get them back to school. Again, with the kind of the counseling.
I learned.
It's called truancy.
Yes, I learned a new word today called truancy. There was 3 calls for truancy. Didn't know what that meant until now.
Could be related to, is there a full moon going on?
It was actually, when did I have, Sunday night, there was the full moon, because it was during the wedding.
It can be a vibe. Like, I've seen this at the bar, too. You wonder, like, what is so weird? Like, something is weird. Mm-hmm. I can't explain it. It's anecdotal, but
yeah.
Finally, I did have a personal report, thanks to co-host Diana Rich for sending me a Snapchat from Moho's, affectionately Mother Hubbard's Cupboard, which had the windows broken via baseball bat, and someone stole some vapes. According to the clerk that told Diana, who sent me a Snapchat, that was very, it was a good monologue, but I had a firsthand account of the Mother Hubbard vandalism. Hopefully they have camera footage, and that can be accounted for. See something, say something.
All for a vape, or vapes, plural, but...
Yeah, I don't know what that means. They scooped a pile of vapes for resale.
19 million.
Too much.
Yes.
Do we have anything else before we go to break?
I think we're ready for a break.
And next up on break is Joke of the Day, then a commercial break, and then we'll get to those hot topics that we mentioned before. You're watching Washington Live. Thanks to our listeners for making Washington Live possible. We'll see you after the break.
Federation Bank is a locally owned bank providing award-winning customer service. We believe that we are more than just a federation of banks, but a federation of communities, serving Brighton, Richland, Wellman, and Washington, Iowa. Federation Bank's highly skilled staff is here to make sure you are able to accomplish your personal and professional goals, whatever they may be. Federation Bank, your family bank.
Hey Vina, did you know that I recently had an IQ test? Came back negative.
Welcome back to Washington Live, powered by KCTC. I'm your host, Jaron Rosien. It's Nick and I in the studio today talking about some hot topics. Let's see. The Bears.
The Bears. For sure.
And the scandals with the Bears.
Yes, it was a big deal.
So if you're not familiar, Fat Bear Week is the annual celebration of success. All bears are winners, but only one true champion will emerge. Held over the course of 7 days and concluding yesterday on Fat Bear Tuesday, people choose their own bear to crown in a March Madness style bracket where bears are pitted against each other for your vote. So as bears fatten up for the winter before they go into hibernation, there's all these cameras and people can vote on their fat bear.
Yes, and my bear didn't win.
Would you show us some bears?
Yes. So this first one, I think, should we start with bear 901? This was the winner. Pretty thick boy here.
Yeah. Is this Colbert?
I think, yeah. So you tell me about its name, which I wasn't aware of.
So Colbert is named after Stephen Colbert, who has a deformity of the ear. Like one is way larger than the other. Mm-hmm. So I think it's affectionately named because I believe this bear also has one ear that's unlike the other. I can't tell from the photo.
Well, there's on another photo I saw, it has a lot of battle scars because he's like a super, super old bear who is very territorial.
Oh, nice. I know, but they look so cuddly.
I know. Like, why are they...
But have you seen The Remnant with Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yeah.
Not so cuddly.
This one is second place. This was her before she fattened up. And then...
Yeah, I was going to say, that looks like a skinny bear.
That's 901 again. Where is...
Show our graph with the votes and the scandal.
Oh, I don't have the graph for the scandal, though.
So the scandal was someone spammed the voting and tried to rig the situation, but I think they found the rigger, and then there was still a couple days left to vote.
I couldn't find this one. Here we go.
Show our viewers.
This is 747 after fattening up.
Ooh,
so
yeah.
Quite the
beastie bear.
The transit. The
fun thing I discovered while reading about Fat Bear Week, there are two sister bears that are frolicking friends that both have a single cub, and this is unusual behavior. Like normally bears are territorial, but they are sisters. They both have a single cub. They've been found playing, catching salmon together, and just like raising their cubs as a little couple of sister bears.
That's cute.
Yeah, isn't that adorable? It is more adorable than in Russia. We're going to travel back across the continent to there. Russian men that are dodging the draft, that are not in a traffic jam, have been breaking their arms to avoid being drafted into military service. Reports that Russian men were breaking their limbs to avoid being conscripted into the Ukrainian war. Google reported a surge in searches in Russia for how to break arm at home. Isn't that terrible?
I feel like, is there a better way? Like, didn't people...
No, I think that is probably the best way. You go to,
Can't you just say like, oh, I got flat feet or something like that? Isn't that what they did?
I think someone else tried that.
Yeah.
But no, like, I just imagine breaking your own arm. Absolutely not.
I don't think I could either.
I'm not wired that... Well, let me take it back. I was just going to say I'm not wired that way. Like, my survival mechanism would kick in.
I was going to say maybe.
But the arm breaking is the survival mechanism.
Yeah. If the option is, cannon fodder or break your arm, I guess maybe I could do it. But the thought of it is just...
Well, while it is a bad week or a good week for draft dodging, I guess.
Wait, that was listed as a good week for it?
It was. Good week for draft dodging with that one. Well, here's the bad week for it, and we can talk about correlation and causation. We'll have our lesson of the day. We have pretty smart listeners, though. I think they probably know. Mm-hmm. Bad week for extremism. With a new artificial intelligence analysis of 4 billion tweets that found that people send 22% more hate tweets when the temperature climbs above 70 degrees, and 12% more when it drops below 54 degrees. So these extreme temperatures are causing or correlated to a change in tweet behavior.
Isn't this just like the plot of 12 Angry Men? Of just when we get hot, we get frustrated?
I know we spoke about that earlier.
Yeah.
What I mentioned is like college psychology 101 was about the difference between correlation and causation. For instance, when it's hotter out, there are more murders. When it is more hot or hotter out, there is more ice cream sales. So therefore, the more ice cream that's sold, the more it causes more murder.
Yeah.
Like, no, it's a correlation, which is much different than causation. And being able to sort those differences is super important for objective reasoning.
Which I pulled this graph, which is Nicolas Cage movies in swimming pool drownings.
How did you know that? Just random factoid?
Yeah, I think I saw it on like Twitter once, and it just stuck with me. But yeah, so it's 1999 to 2009. The Nick Cage movies in swimming pool drownings almost exactly lined up.
Over 10 years. That's weird.
Yeah.
Obviously,
but
correlated, not caused by Nicolas Cage movies.
I assume. Yeah, I don't have an explanation for it.
Do you have a favorite Nicolas Cage movie?
National Treasure, easily.
Oh, okay. For me, it'd probably be like The Rock with Sean Connery. It's a classic. You're missing out.
A classic.
It's what we have to call a classic for you. It's not that old. Okay, let's do It Wasn't All That Bad, or do we need to do a quick commercial break again?
What else were we gonna go into?
Well, this was our football guy.
Oh, our football.
And this is in North Dakota. I saw this. I think many people have. At the age of 49, Ray Ruschel knows he's an unusual sight at the North Dakota College where he studies business management. But he found out that the 2-year school had a football team. He decided to try out anyway. I got to thinking about it, Ruschel said, and I decided why not. He's a defensive lineman who competes against players 30 years his younger in this college team. Teammates say this Army veteran also serves as their mentor, teaching them there's more to life than winning. Ruschel says his opponents sometimes mistake him for a coach until he steps onto the field. That always makes me laugh. And then I play harder. And in the article you printed, they talk about that too, his attitude and what he brings to the table, because he's picking up snaps. He's starting for North Dakota. Yeah. That's a big deal. 49 years old on the starting line for college football.
I don't know how I would feel if I lined up and saw someone 25 years, almost dad? 25. Yeah, like would I be like, oh, this is going to be easy, or would I be like, oh, this guy is probably going to, put me on my ass?
Swearing for grandma. Then we're going to get in trouble.
Sorry, Nana.
We have one more other It Wasn't All That Bad. This is courtesy of The Week magazine that compiles things that happen in the week. We have another success story that's unique. When he was 22, Mike Huss took an overnight job as a janitor at a lone elementary school near Sacramento, the same school he had attended as a child. Eventually, he'd earned an education degree and became a full-time faculty member. Now, after 14 years as a janitor and 19 years as a teacher at this elementary school, he's been promoted to principal. While sometimes students forget the details of their lessons, Huss says they'll always remember how a teacher made them feel. Teachers don't realize they have that power. They impact a student's life forever. That is spot on. Yeah. Sometimes I don't remember the context of a lesson, but I remember we have that way we store emotion is different.
I want to know, because he was a janitor, and I want to know, back in Mount Pleasant, I started at basketball games when the janitor would come out and sweep the floors at halftime. We'd do the wave when he went by, and I hope the kids, I say kids, not that much younger than me, but I hope they continued that tradition.
That is a nice thing to do. It's endearing and supportive.
Because he always looked sad when he was out there, and we started that, and then he'd get excited and he'd start running down, and it was always it was a fun little tradition we started.
This is a nice transition, albeit clunky, to our guest that will join us on Friday, which is Teresa Beanblossom, who is the principal, in fact, of the Washington High School. Today is obviously a banter day, and we appreciate you listening in as we swerve around the topics. Friday will be less banter and more focus as we talk with Teresa Beanblossom from the Washington High School. I think it's break time.
I think it's break time. I think people need a break from us.
Join us after the break. We'll pick up right where we left off on this episode of Washington Live. We'll see you in a moment.
Since 1905, Kelowna Cooperative Technology Company has helped our community stay connected with the latest advancements in clear, dependable telecommunications services. KCTC provides rural Iowans with access to high-speed fiber internet, as well as phone, television, computer repair, and cybersecurity solutions. We're also proud supporters of local organizations and area schools within the community. KCTC, keeping Kelowna connected.
Welcome back to Washington Live, powered by KCTC. I'm your host, Jaron Rosien. It's just Nick and I today chatting away as we close out this episode, this Wednesday weird episode of Washington Live. We have one other topic, and we've got some birthday shout-outs. If you have one, please stick it in the chat. There's a bunch that are coming up, not today, but tomorrow and Friday. There's a pile of birthdays, but we'll mention it.
I forgot on Monday's show that I need to say.
So should I just put one that you forgot, or do you remember it?
I remember. It's up here.
One
I'll save it for
that
section.
Nick forgot. So lots of reporting. You might be aware that NASA has, basically, this is straight out of the movie Armageddon, but without people.
I was going to actually talk to you about the movie Armageddon, because
Okay.
this kind of ruins the movie for me.
Well, no, I'm sorry. There's like, I Can Stay. There's a whole song. There's a Ben Affleck. There's like some crying.
Gotta love Ben.
But the story is, what you printed from Axios says NASA successfully crashes satellite into asteroid. Mm-hmm. The way I heard it is a bus-sized object we sent up, planted, and did a nudge.
Yeah.
And so this nudge was a rehearsal for like if we needed to really do this.
I think it said the asteroid was the size of the Washington Monument. So a pretty big asteroid. And they wanted to move it 10 feet, and they moved it 36. So I think, but in like the grand scheme of space, 36 feet's not.
And knocked it off of its orbit around it by that much. So this is a groundbreaking thing, kind of, well, I don't know if it equates to landing on the moon with a human, but it is the first time that we humanity, have moved a celestial body.
Yeah. But back to the movie Armageddon, kind of ruins the movie because they had to we're going to drill, and then they nuke the asteroid. What do they do again?
Okay, so you're really taking a lot away from Armageddon because there's Billy Bob Thornton in Armageddon.
Yes. It's a great cast.
Yes.
Yes.
That's my point.
Yeah, but they're drilling, and then
but they're using nuclear bombs.
Yes, but the real solution was let's just throw something at it.
And also I think they were unsuccessful, so the asteroid broke apart.
Yeah.
So there is some loss of life with main characters, but it's a very sweet, endearing goodbye with Anne Heche and her mother.
Yeah. Okay. But in reality, the solution was let's just throw a bus-sized satellite at it.
Oh, the new solution.
Yeah, but in the movie, it's we're going to do this crazy operation we're going to get these oil riggers to nuke a asteroid, and the real life solution is just let's throw something at it and just nudge it 15 feet.
Okay, so I thought maybe we planted the bus on it and then did thrusters and gave it a push. We just basically crashed it into it, hence this title.
Yeah, and in the mock-up image, the solution was just ramming the satellite into the asteroid.
That's pretty.
That was all that. That was all that happened.
Well, this was called the
DART.
Asteroid Redirection Test. Where's the D come from?
I think it's the name of the asteroid's Diasorphus or something like that.
Okay,
weird, probably Greek name.
Celestial body. So I think this was great. It's a little test run.
Yeah.
But we do need to be looking. We have Earth-based telescopes that can view the duo, even though we're roughly 6.8 million miles away. More difficult to measure the impact's effects on a single asteroid's orbit around the sun. So scientists instead attempted to change Dimorphos' orbit around Didymos.
Yeah, so it was orbiting an even bigger rock.
I think it's great.
Yeah.
We do need to be watching these things a couple years out, because apparently if we needed to do this, we need to be knowing that we need to do this in advance. I wish I had sounded smarter. I kind of fumbled around that one, but we get the main point. Groundbreaking.
We moved a space rock.
Moved to Space Rock.
the first time ever.
Well, we have a few birthday shout-outs to give as we close out today's show. We appreciate you watching.
Oh, and the National Day.
What is that? It might be too late for most of you, but
Where's my paper? Oh, it's Bring Your Teddy Bear to Work or School Day. I do have stuffed animals, not by choice. My girlfriend bought 3 of them so far for me. I think she bought a 4th because apparently my room was too scary when we started dating, and so she got stuffed animals.
I think that is very sweet.
Yes, so now I have a panther, a dog, and a moose.
And do they have names?
The dog's name is Albert. What's the moose's name? Walt. And then do I have a name for... I don't have a name for the panther yet.
Would you bring a picture of one of these stuffed animals for next time?
Yeah.
Groundbreaking.
Yes.
Equally so to NASA.
I have 3 stuffed animals, a grown man.
Happy birthday today to Zoe Wagner, to Daniel Marie. Birthdays tomorrow to Alicia Hune, a Leadership Iowa grad. So I was going to mention the airplanes. Leadership Washington every month mimics this statewide program called Leadership Iowa through ABI that I had the privilege to be involved with. Life-changing.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then like the airplanes for Leadership Washington, it looks like there's a little sunshine now. In Leadership Iowa, we go to Camp Dodge and going to fly in helicopters
That's nice.
around the Des Moines area and check out. It's a cool program.
See, for some reason, helicopters don't scare me as much as planes. I don't know why.
Helicopters are a lot more difficult because you've got...
I had a teacher who was in the National Guard, and he explained that it was more dangerous to be in a helicopter. But I don't know, for some reason, I trust them more than planes.
For a logical person, this is not your most logical
No, it isn't at all.
concern.
No.
So happy birthday to Alicia. Happy birthday also to Tony Turner, Allison Greiner, and my group fitness leader. She'll have a birthday on Friday. Mindy Reese, who kicked my butt today, has a birthday coming up. Happy birthday to all of you. And our belated happy birthday to
Now Taylor Kelly, the wedding I was at on
nice.
Sunday. It was her birthday yesterday. I wished her happy birthday. I just didn't do it on Monday. Early birthday on the show.
You didn't do a shout out to the crowd.
Yes.
Well, happy birthday to all of you. And we have 2 famous birthdays. I don't think we need to birthday game it up, do we?
No, I didn't, because it's just us. And there's only 2.
Yeah, Hugh Jackman and Josh Hutcherson.
Yes.
That's a weird name to say when you get the sh and the h
Yeah, it's
right together. It's not a good celebrity name.
I grew up with a speech impediment, and I still had it when the Hunger Games came out, which he was in. It was tough.
That's right. Yeah. Josh Hutcherson.
Hutcherson.
Okay, I'm glad we practiced our speech today and talked about important topics like the Fat Bear, the Russian arm breaking, the NASA satellites, and our 49-year-old football player changing lives. Thank you for watching this episode of Washington Live. Tune in on Friday when we have Teresa Beanblossom from the Washington High School. We'll see you then. Thank you, Nick.